Hello students, welcome to our digital classroom. Standard 10th Geography, Lesson number 3rd, Physiography and Drainage, Part 4. In the beginning of the lesson, we have studied the physiography of India and Brazil. Let us recall the physiographic divisions of India and Brazil. Starting with India, from the northern side, the northern mountainous region or the Himalayan region, the North Indian plains, the Peninsular Plateau, the eastern and western coastal plains, and the islands. The divisions of Brazil, the highlands, the Great Escarpment, the plains, the coast, and the islands. While studying the physiography of any country, we need to study even the rivers of that country. So now let us take a look at the rivers of India and Brazil. The drainage systems of India. The rivers of India are divided as Himalayan rivers and Peninsular rivers. The major rivers originating from Himalayas are Ganga, Brahmaputra and Sindhu, which is also known as Indus. The major rivers originating from the Peninsular Plateau are Narmada, Godavari, Kaveri. Now let's study the rivers in detail. First we start with the river Ganga, which is known to be the longest and the holy river of India. The river Ganga originates from Gangotri Glacier and flows eastward, crossing the Himalayas. Many tributaries meet river Ganga. Yamuna is a major tributary of river Ganga. Another major tributary rises in the northern part of the Greater Himalayas. It crosses and enters India. Flowing through Himalayas, it is called Sangpo. When it enters Arunachal Pradesh, it is called Dihang. From Arunachal Pradesh, when it enters Assam, it is known as Brahmaputra. The river Ganga receives Brahmaputra as its major tributary in the lower reaches of Bangladesh. The huge volume of water and deposition by both these rivers has led to formation of the largest delta in the world, that is the Sundarbans. Now let us visit river Sindhu or Indus. This river does not flow much through India. This is a westward flowing river. It originates in the Tibetan plateau near Lake Mansarovar. Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Satluj are the tributaries of river Sindhu. River Sindhu flows through India, through Pakistan and meets the Arabian Sea. It is a westward flowing river. The Himalayan rivers are rain fed during the monsoons. That is, they get the waters from the rain during the monsoon. Other than this, they receive the meltwater from the glaciers during the summers. Thus, these rivers are perennial in nature. Perennial means the rivers having water throughout the year. Now let us study the peninsular rivers. The rivers that are originating from the peninsular plateau. These are divided into west flowing and east flowing. The Western Ghats act as a major water divide in the peninsula. River Tapi and Narmada are only major rivers flowing westwards and meeting the Arabian Sea. Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, all these rivers meet the Bay of Bengal. River Godavari is the second largest river in India in terms of catchment area. The peninsular rivers are divided into the rivers meeting Arabian Sea and the rivers meeting Bay of Bengal. The Western Ghats form a major water divide on the peninsula. These rivers are only rain fed, that is, they get the water only from the rain. So the problem of floods is comparatively less than the Himalayan rivers. And so these rivers are seasonal in nature. Now let us go to Brazil and study the major river basins of Brazil. The major river basins of Brazil are the Amazon Basin, the Paraguay and Parana Basin system in the southwest, and the São Francisco system. Observe the river Amazon Basin. The river Amazon collects its headwaters from the Andes mountain in Peru. Many rivers join as tributaries. The Amazon carries a huge amount of water and washes off the load supplied to it from the catchment. The sediments are not even deposited at its mouth due to the immense force. The river does not divide into distributaries. The river does not divide even into distributaries, and hence no deltas are found at the mouth of river Amazon. Now, why this river does not divide into distributaries? Because the flow of the river is so huge that it does not deposit any sediments anywhere along the course, and therefore it does not divide itself into the distributaries, and hence even there are no deltas found at the mouth of the Amazon. The Amazon meets the North Atlantic Ocean. There are a series of islands formed beyond the coastline of Amazon River into the Atlantic Ocean. Observe the other rivers of Brazil. Most of these rivers are north and eastward flowing. Brazil has a number of coastal rivers. These rivers have gained significance as the coastal regions are densely populated. Observe the Amazon River. Observe the flow of the river. Here you will see most of the Amazon River basin is covered by a dense forest. There may be hardly few settlements which are dispersed and which are not visible in the image. Observe the Amazon River carefully. Now observe the river Ganga. The river Ganga originates from Gangotri, and as it flows through a densely populated region. Now think about the pollution that may affect the Amazon River or the pollution that will affect the river Ganga. Which river will be more polluted and which pollution in the river will have an impact on the human life? Think and answer. Let's go back into history and observe a dam that was built on the river Kaveri. In the 2nd century, near Tiruchirappalli, a dam was built by a Chola king. Even today, this dam is operational. So this was a small story about a dam from the ancient times. Now you will read the full lesson, mark the important points and solve the exercise in your notebook. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, study well.